sort of work you did on YouTube, where you redesigned that boiler room in the basement. It really, I mean, very impressive.
Oh, thank you. I'm here to do some maintenance, and you also need a price quote, I believe, yes?
Yes, I do.
Okay, lead the way. Some very narrow steps here.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on getting that redone.
Yeah, deep steps. And the railing looked very sus as well. But we'd be all right. Luckily, Derek is young. He has his youth. Oh, got it right with the first key. He knows his keys. A man who knows his keys. We gotta love it. Yeah, man. You know these are definitely not. Yeah, imagine getting a boiler up these stairs. So he was 1 for 1 with the keys.
Better be 2 for 2.
About to be 2 for 2. Nope. Oh, we thought you had it.
I gave him bad look.
We thought he had it. Okay. He could be batting 50. Yeah. Yay. All right. Oh, that didn't now it is. We're going into the dungeon. All right, let's see what we got here. We got 2 water heaters and 2 boilers. Slant fins, Galaxies. Very nice. So I understand that you wanted to do a couple things. You know, I know you were here to do maintenance, but you also wanted some an estimate, yes?
I do. I saw the work that you did on it, and you took everything out and you put in a combo.
Combi, yes.
Right, combi.
A tankless combi.
And the way you did the pipe work, I mean, this is a disaster of a pipe work.
Oh, it works, right?
It does, but you know what it does? It blocks the
Access to that
to the
crawl
window.
space,
Right, to the crawl space, exactly.
and you need access to the crawl space. Correct?
I do, right. And like I said on YouTube, what you did was you redesigned the piping and you put it on the wall.
Yes. So what I would do if you wanted to install 2 combis, I would squeeze in 2 right here on this wall, on this left wall, right there, and you'd gain back all this space.
And you could put all the piping on that left wall?
Yeah, I'll get it there. Yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, that's right. I'm good. Right, I am good. This is like, so there's that wall. This is a 40 gallon. It's 40 gallon, right? Yeah, 40, another 40. So you have 2 40s and 2 boilers for this 2-family house. So if you needed access to that wall, I would take all this out. I would frame that wall with a piece of plywood, 3/4 inch plywood, and I would put one on the left, one on the right, and you'd have your 2 tankless combis there, and it would not exceed right past here, which is about 1.5 feet out, and all this space would be open. All of it.
Okay.
All right, we're going to start maintenance on this Well McLean. We have the power off. Derek's removing the wing nuts that expose the combustion chamber. And then he's going to pull out the burners, and we're going to vacuum out the combustion chamber, clean the burners. Well, it looks like a nice brand new gas valve there with a thermocouple. Looks someone took some pride there. Very nice. There's our Aquastat relay, expansion tank, 2 zone valves, blocked vent switch, automatic vent damper, transformer for those zone valves. There's the circulator. That's the standing pilot gas valve. And down there, is there a rollout switch? No, there is not a rollout switch.
Yeah, I need to.
You know what?
Do I need to take this off?
No, you need to take that front plate out.
I'll let you guys work. I'm gonna clear the path. I understand that I also put on I need to work on acrylic.
Oh yeah? All right, let me see that.
Want me to take the pilot burner out too?
How's it look?
It doesn't look that bad.
Okay. And how's the combustion chamber look?
It's pretty clean.
Yeah, it does look pretty clean. All right, brush down the burners with a little wire brush. Clear them off with the WD-40, spray them down, and then put everything back together, and we'll do an external cleaning of the first floor, which has those 2 zone valves. And then we'll check everything else out. Taking a look at this second floor boiler. A little bit of back pitch going on right there with that 5-inch flue pipe going to the 6. And then carrying on. I wonder where the combustion air is for these. You know, as weird as all this is, there's no combustion air. You have 40,000 BTUs, another 40,000 BTUs, probably 80 or 100,000 BTUs each, 200,000, and then 280,000 BTUs here in this. I guess it's a louvered door. I guess it makes it okay, but people often neglect combustion air. And think about it. You have, so if you consider like a wax candle, releases roughly 80 watts of heat. 1 watt equals 3.4 BTUs an hour. So 80 watts times 3.4 and change is 270 BTUs per hour. So let's figure around 80 to 90 BTUs is 1 candle. Let's do some math. 280,000 divided by, let's do 85 watt candles. Well, you know what I mean. So 3,295 candles. So imagine, I don't know, 3,300 candles are burning in this closet, right? What do you think's gonna happen with those candles, folks? You're gonna starve of fuel, of oxygen, sorry. You're gonna be starving for oxygen with 3,300 candles burning in here. Yeah, it's gonna suck in some air through these louvers, but still not good. So that stresses the importance of fresh combustion air for your gas burning equipment. Or it's oil, doesn't really matter. All right, Derek is reinstalling the burners. Put the front combustion plate back on, do a little vacuum and cleaning of everything and the exterior. Then we'll check our temperature and pressure, the relief and the expansion, zone valve operation. Wipe everything down with a nice oiled rag. Make this bad boy shine. Beautiful. All right, let's see what this Aquastat is set to. Now that all the burners are back into place. Now this is an Aquastat relay. So I'll explain to you what this does. There's our temperature control. That is set to 180 degrees. This is your transformer. This is your relay. Okay. Down here, where it says line, where C1, C2, that's circulator 1, circulator 2. Right below that is L1, L2. So that's line and neutral. Line and neutral also for the circulator. On the other side here, we have burner circuit. That's 24-volt burner circuit. So when there's a call for heat, you know, TT energizes here, closes that thermostat relay as long as the temperature is below what this is set to, then the burner circuit gets 24 volts. That burner circuit is going to go to the block vent switch. The damper is going to open. If there's a rollout switch, which there is one right there, and as long as that's okay, all three of those safeties are okay. And if there's a low water cutoff, which there's not on this either one of these boilers, wow, look, even the vent damper wiring is just hanging out like that. It's crazy. So as long as all the safeties are closed, the gas valve will get 24 volts, and if the gas valve has gas valve getting 24 volts and the pilot is on, the pilot burner, the main burner is going to open. So let's Flip the power on. Now that we know that the Aquastat is set for 180, power is on, and we have 2 zone valves. This one has no resistance. That's the basement zone, and that master had, well, not master, first floor, sorry. That one has resistance. So right now the basement is calling, and the thermostat relay is actively calling. So as long as our pilot is on and the gas valve is set to on, this should ignite. So let's see what our temperature is at. Temperature is at, it's hard to see there, but it looks like it's at 180 degrees. Pressure's kind of high there as well. Looks like the pressure is at 30. Some action going on right there. There is that vent damper opening. The vent damper is open and followed by ignition. So we have ignition. Let's drill a hole in the exhaust piping to do a combustion analysis. We're going to use a step bit about 6 inches off the top of the boiler. Is that 6 inches off the top of the boiler? No. Okay, good. I'll drill a little hole there. Our combustion analyzer probe to test the exhaust gases. When we insert the probe, we want to be roughly in the middle of the flue pipe, and ideally in a position where it'll just stay there. Nice. If you make the hole just a little bit larger, you could take the little adapter that will hold the probe into the flue pipe. We're gonna let the boiler get to temperature, or close to temperature as possible, which is 180 degrees. And as soon as we hit that, as soon as you see the boiler turn off, main valve close, we're gonna hit that clipboard button, and then we're going to save the results to the clipboard for printing. All right, we're gonna clipboard that. We're gonna pull the probe out. We're gonna hit escape. We're gonna go to draft measurement. Hit play. It's gonna zero out from 11 seconds, and then we're gonna take a draft reading above the draft diverter in another hole that we drilled. Wait for it to zero out. Again, center of the flue. And we're looking for that negative pressure, which we have. Now this temperature is going to be lower than the one below the draft diverter, which is that piece right there. And once she's at a stable temperature, we'll clipboard that as well. And then we'll print the results to the printer. All right, so I just lowered the thermostat on the basement zone, and that now has resistance, and that proved that the end switch for the basement turned on the boiler before without the first floor. Now the first floor is on, and the end switch is turning on the boiler as well. So if we had a problem with the first floor end switch and the basement is off, the boiler would turn off, but it's not. So we verified that the end switch inside the zone valve for the first floor and basement are both operational and functional. Finished up the second boiler. Maintenance on that as well. And in case you're wondering, for $48.88 per month, this customer is locked in to our monthly maintenance plan. So once a year, we're gonna come out here and do an included maintenance. That's included. You're basically paying for a discounted maintenance over a period of 12 months. You know, whatever that was, divided by 12, easy peasy. The great thing is that it's like clockwork. We come out, we take care of the problems you have, no trip charges, and a discounted rate on parts and labor. If you live in the Long Island, New York City metropolitan area, and you're tired of getting bamboozled by your HVAC contractor, pick up the phone, give me a call, 516-348-6300. Or save time, book online at pipedoc.net. Get to the next one. Be well, God bless, stay safe.